Multiverse, new innovator, new disruptor in the education technology space. They just closed 220 million, wow. Series D, has a ton of support behind them. Here at Founder Shield, we love innovation, we love disruption. So they're increasing the access. They're making it much easier to make that career change and really, try to provide a different life for your family, right? Education or higher education is becoming increasingly more unaffordable for the average American. Yeah, when you're a visionary, insurance sometimes is the last thing that you think about. But for a company that's in a hyper growth mode, it really should be one of the first things that you think about. A claim could potentially be the one that makes you close your doors, right? You have a reputational risk. You have to be able to respond effectively and efficiently to different types of claims scenarios. So to be able to do that, you need to have proper risk management program in place.
Concepts stay the same, but for sure, in technology, it's always about having the most up-to-date stack, most up-to-date skills. And the best way to get them is by doing, is by an apprenticeship, by learning on the job. So the process has changed, the technology has changed, the tech world especially, and so in the insurance world. The insurance world, as we see it as well, rapidly evolving, the types of insurance, the types of companies we cover, the types of products we have to be able to offer and cater to, and the clients, the new businesses they represent might not have been around 3-5 years ago, right? There's all these different verticals that appear, and you have to be quick to know what they are, to understand what kind of risks and exposures they have, what kind of coverages they need.
I know, they're a really interesting company, especially in the current work environment. Work has kind of been transformed, especially with gig economy, and we haven't seen as much shift, in educating. Yeah. It's still traditional, you go to college. What I really think is interesting with Multiverse, it kind of challenges that. It's learning by doing, which could change a lot of lives, and especially with young professionals, maybe in the current jobs that they're not happy with, and at the same time, you can see there's a massive demand in tech talent, a massive shortage.
They're awesome. They just announced a recent fundraise. Big shout out to them. That's a 25-hour day finalizing that type of round. So a big shout out to leadership and the team as a whole. Their whole hypothesis, I would say, is if you put somebody in the opportunity to learn and to do the job and to be successful, those are the people that are going to be successful. To be inundated with real life work rather than kind of memorizing information and spitting it out onto paper. You look at insurance, it's a centuries-year-old industry. To show that something like that, like insurance, can be disrupted through technology, I think there's a lot of parallels to draw. People have been learning how to do things forever. I think that finding a new way to put people in a position to be a learner and a grower and a professional, that's what it's all about. The cyber insurance market is bonkers, for lack of a better word, right now. I would make sure that they're buttoned up. There's some really unique enhancements. Not to tip my hand, but there's some really cool stuff out there that I would at least want to have a conversation about. And hopefully they are having that conversation.
I thought, okay, here's what I was gonna do. Carl Nadbala, co-founder, COO of Founder Shield. Just wanted to take a minute to talk about EdTech and the importance it plays in the developing ecosystem for young talent. And we've been working with EdTech companies for about 10 years now. Everything from hardware that revamps old computer systems at schools through to temp to perm job placement like Multiverse. We are users of EdTech in our own internal L&D, where we have a mission to bring on raw young talent that might not have the experience to land them a job in this industry and get them to a place where they're a producing expert in insurance much faster than they would in sort of a traditional route. And there's tons of great companies out there that are doing amazing things in this space. One in insurance is Safari, a young company out of a venture accelerator called Broker Tech Ventures. Another great one that's more established is Multiverse. Runs the spectrum, not insurance specific, but they're doing amazing things with getting candidates placed in jobs where they can learn and get paid at the same time. And I think this is really the future of what job placement is. Okay.
Love it.
All right, we'll try it.
That's it.